Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, where we relax and we craft and we work on a project together. We work for an hour every evening and we work through the project from beginning to end. So you can join us at any point and learn along the way. So thanks for joining me tonight, everyone. I appreciate you being here. We are continuing on the Charming Chevrons quilt by Krista Watson of Krista Quilts. I do have a link for it. Here's the little peeky, and we are pressing it some more today. So we started pressing last night, and I realized, man, this pressing is going to take a whole lot longer than I thought, which it always does. It's that step in quilting that I always forget to mark down as a step, and then it's always like the longest step. So we'll be pressing more tonight. We're pressing all the seams open. That's what is recommended by Krista, the designer of the quilt, for free motion quilting, and that's what I'm hoping we will get to be doing with this quilt. I want to learn how to free motion quilt, and this is going to be the test quilt for that. So we almost have, the top is sewn, and we're just going to be continuing to press tonight. So that is the plan. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Nice seeing you again. I'm going to flip you around. We'll get going this evening. All right, here we are. So right up here, this is what we have pressed, and we will be continuing right here tonight. And I've gone all the way down on one side, but only like 1.5 feet in or so. So I think we have maybe 3 feet here, or 3 of these V's worth, and there's 9 total on the 9 total across the whole width, and then 11 down. So we're working from top to bottom, and we're keeping on like that. So I figure we're about maybe 1/5 of the way done. So I am pressing on this my new wool mat that I got. I got this in the mail yesterday. This was one of those Mass Drop purchases. And if you don't know what Mass Drop is, go check it out, massdrop.com. They have occasional sales. Or they have sales of products, and it's kind of random what the products are, but it's 4 different categories. Like this is in the quilting category, and every time, the more people buy it, the more the price drops. And so I got this then. It's been something I've been looking at for a while. We used it yesterday, and I think it's working swell so far. I just like that it's going to be super portable. Like once we're sewing little pieces again, you know, I can have it right next to my sewing machine, and I think that'll work out really good for us. I think we pressed this little area yesterday. I'm also sewing on a ironing board that I got from Shipshewana, Amish country in Indiana, and it is just so pretty. It is one of these old wood ironing boards. The legs are all wood and they're really pretty. There's some stains on here because they were using it as a table, and we're like, oh my god, I love those ironing boards. I actually got 2 of them, and you know, for like dirt cheap. I think they were like $7 each or something crazy like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'll take both of them. They were using them for tables, so I don't know what they're using for tables at their little stand, their like trade show stand now. But I don't know. I love them. This is actually the first time I'm using them as ironing boards. They've just been kind of hanging out. I kind of want to just hang them up because they're so pretty. I like them. I want to hang them up and then, like as art, and then take them down whenever I need them. That's kind of what I'd love. Oh, Alicia, thanks for joining. Oh, and Amy, you made it live too. Awesome. Nice to see everyone. Oh, thanks, Paula. Yep, we're slowly but surely whittling away at this project for sure, right? Man, for a while I wasn't sure we were ever going to get sewing all the half square triangles done, or those like half chevrons. That was a lot, but we're there, and we have a finished top, which is kind of crazy. Finished sewing. technically, I'm not calling this finished until we are done with all this pressing, but we are getting there for sure. I think this is done. I think I gotta scooch over a level. And I've put the ironing board right in front of the table here, so all the bulk is on the table as I go along. Oh, you guys, you know that iron that we were talking about last night? So I just ordered, again from Mass Drop. I've been like all about Mass Drop lately, but I ordered that Panasonic cordless iron. And I was telling a friend about that today, and she said that she actually has that iron, so I may get to borrow it. I may get to borrow it tomorrow to give it a little test drive before mine comes in like May. I think it's going to ship. But she says that she loves it. It does, you know, cool after a while. And kind of turn off after a little while, but my Rowenta irons do that too. But, you know, so she said you just have to put it back on the stand for a few minutes and that's fine. So I'm planning on just having the stand right next to me and just the cordless though, because right now my cord is hanging here and it keeps bunching up on all the stuff we've already pressed, so that's pretty annoying. Now you have the pressing mat, you can make a quilted top for the ironing boards. Yes, exactly. I do want to still make, I want to make tops for these ironing boards. These two Amish ironing boards. I actually saw a really pretty thing on Pinterest like ages ago where it looked like someone made like a little quilt and then use that as the pressing mat. But we talked about that a little and we think, oh, maybe that was just printed fabric to make it look like a quilt. I don't know, because it would be pretty lumpy to use that for an ironing board, a quilt, because you'd like be pressing in all the quilt seams into like your shirts or whatever you're ironing. So I don't know, but it was so pretty, and so I had a thought of doing like these little quilt tops on top of these guys, but yeah, I don't think it's that practical, and I do actually want to use them as irons still. You were watching a video and they were selling for $99 those irons. Whoa, yeah, so that's a lot more. On Mass Drop right now they're $69. And I don't think I put a link in here. I think this is actually the last day that they're up. So if you want those cordless irons for cheaper, I did put a link yesterday on the Penguin and Fish Facebook page, and I put a link in the Penguin and Fish Crafters page too. I'm just totally stoked about it. I've been talking about a cordless iron for a while, and I didn't even really know they existed until I mentioned it, and you guys were like, oh yeah, there's totally cordless irons, and then it popped up there on Pinterest, or not Pinterest, on Mass Drop, and I very easily got talked into it. All right, scooching along here. Next one is this guy here, it looks like. I think we're almost, we got about like 3 feet or more or so before we can bring it back down again. And actually, oh no, we're not quite towards the middle yet. I was going to say once we get to the middle, I'll rotate the whole thing around and press again, because then my cord here won't keep grabbing all my bulk if I rotate this around once I get to the middle. But I think I got like one or two more times to go before reaching the middle of this quilt. Yeah, Mass Drop can totally be dangerous. I actually actively keep off of it sometimes. It's one of those sort of problems where, because it's always, the stuff that I get on there is always something that I've been talking about for a while and never pulled the trigger on ever, you know what I mean? It's always one of those things, something I've researched, but just never bought because it was too much, or like, do I really need that thing or whatever it is? But Massdrop seems to find those things, like they have my Google search or something. Then I'm like, oh man, now I need it. So that's what happened. That happened a lot lately. Actually, that's where I tried, that's where I got my first Clover Wonder Clips too, because they were selling it on Massdrop, and people were telling me that they were awesome, and I'm like, ah, okay, fine, I'll get some. I think that might have been one of my first personal purchases from Massdrop. I had bought a few things on there as gifts before, but I never bought for myself, I think, before those Wonder Clips. And now it's getting me all the time. But with things I'm going to use and love, so that's good at least. That's the plan, at least. I am really stoked about the cordless iron, though, I do have to say. And, you know, I got this pressing mat kind of at the point when we're doing this huge pressing project, but I'm excited to use it on just the really little things, like small little piecing stuff here and there, where I can move it around really easily. I'm excited for that, not having to have my ironing board on the table all the time, because that takes up a lot of space. So I'm excited for the cordless iron for those reasons. You know, and I'm working in such a tiny space here that all that extra space counts for sure. And I also don't have a lot of outlets. I have one outlet in this room, and it's like across like a walkway. So my cord is going all the way across there, and I swear I've almost dropped the iron a few times just from pulling that cord a little bit much, or it'll just reach how far I need it to reach. You know, that's sort of annoying stuff. So a cordless iron, even though I have to put it in the stand every once in a while, is going to be like really great in my teeny sewing area here. All right, I think this section looks okay. Okay enough, I suppose. Let's scooch her up again. All right, I think one or two more times, and we'll be on to the next. Nope, those aren't open yet. Okay, there we go. Just making sure that I don't have any more quilt tucked underneath on accident, just so I don't like press a huge crease. But yeah, I'm excited to actually start working on the back of this quilt. So I think we'll start that next week. I was hoping to start that this week, the back of the quilt, but I totally underestimated how long it was going to take to do this pressing. Depressing pressing, that's... I'm learning to like it, or trying to learn how to like it. But again, I don't think it's the actual pressing that's annoying. It's that I underestimate the time every single time. Oh, I'm buffering badly for you, Paula. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Oh, it's Property Brothers. Drew is quilting because he's making a quilting room for a lady. Oh my gosh, Gretchen, that's funny. I might have to watch that episode. I'm not sure I can get that channel or that show. Oh man, are they trying to quilt and not quilt before? It's probably one of those things, oh, we need it quilted in 24 hours. That'll be easy enough, right? Let's make a whole quilt in that long. Yeah. That's going to be a goofy quilt. I always think it's fun seeing quilts on TV and stuff. Just thinking, oh, someone had to make that prop, or someone had to find it from somewhere, or it's someone's, you know, grandma's or something, you know? Like a decision was made to put a quilt there. That's always kind of cool.
All right, next up, I can actually reach the bottom, which is exciting. Oh, not gonna make it this time though. One more. We did that, so we got all these vertical ones. Okay. He took the folks to a quilting shop and the ladies gave him tips. Oh, jeez. Oh, her first, oh, gave him tips for a quilting room. Oh, well, that's good at least. Yeah, get some expert tips. Yeah, design wall, that's smart. Good, he's talking to people in the know. I hope he listens to them. Yep, a quilter would know right away. Oh, quilting wall. I bet you he does it, and they had to show him asking it, so everyone later, when he presents the room or whatever, so he won't have to explain it as much or something, you know, so the audience knows what's going on. Like, why would you put, you know, why would you make one of the walls completely out of batting? Or they wouldn't even know what batting is. Like, why did you put that weird fuzzy fabric on the wall? That doesn't look good. Why didn't you paint it a color or something, you know? So they need to explain that, I bet. Get us going to the quilt shop to talk to the quilt ladies. That'll be interesting, though, how they would go about designing a quilt room, and I wonder what your guys' ideas on that would be. Like, oh man, he totally got that one wrong, or oh, he nailed that. That would be great in my quilt room. Like, I'm curious what all y'all professionals think about it when he's done. For funny, I'm gonna have to Google that episode, see if I can find it. Oh man, I am not totally great at pressing these open. I'm trying to finger press them a little bit. I think you guys have been giving me some good tips on this pressing open, and I think one, which I think will be really great once I have the cordless iron and this wool mat, one is to be pressing them open as I go, like through the whole process, just press open, or even just finger pressing them open as I go. That would probably save me time now for sure. It'd be great if they went and fixed up your house. That would be fun, Gretchen. We always kind of think about that too. We had a friend who got to be on one of those shows, and they did their kitchen up, I think. I think you just apply. You apply somewhere. You probably have to do some sort of like pitch on why you should get your room done and whatever, and that's probably all there is to it. It'd be just crazy. I think a lot of those, I mean, you have to pay for it yourself still, I think. But man, if they paid for it all too, that'd be pretty dang cool. All right, we are at the bottom. Oh, here you can see the little bit here. I'm gonna tilt you guys a hair more. Then I think you'll be able to see a little bit more. So sorry, I'm gonna wiggle you around for a bit. All right, we'll see how that does right there. Oh, your cousin from Minneapolis was on a show. I think one of those shows, or a couple of them, were filmed here. I know there's like some film. A lot of the film people here. My husband like knows a lot of people and is in kind of the film crowd in Minneapolis here, and I think a lot of them do like home network type shows. So I think in like the Drivers and what is that? Not Drivers, but that Dive-Ins food show. Dive-Ins Drive-Ins Dives and whatever that show is. I think that was maybe started here. I don't know, but like that DIY networky type stuff. I think a lot of that happens here. Or did at some point, I don't know. Diners, drive-ins, I don't know. We do not get any of those shows. So I don't know all those names. Diners, drive-ins, and dives. Okay, there we go. Diners, drive-ins, and dives. And there's another food show that I know a lot of the local restaurants get on it like all the time. Oh yeah, maybe it is that Guy Fieri thing. Is that the drive-ins and dives and oh man, I forgot it already. Drive-ins, diners, and diner, drive-ins, and dives. Because those aren't all dives. Those are really good restaurants. Or something with the word eat in. Is there? Well, I'm sure there's tons of them with eat in. I don't know. But a lot of our restaurants here get on those shows, which is awesome because those restaurants are amazing. All right, so we're done. I'm going to scooch it down again. Done with that strip. Okay, wow, I'm kind of tangled up here, though. So my hand, how far? Oh, you know what? We are kind of halfway here. This is the end here, so I think I am going to flip around, and we will work, let's see. We'll work from the middle this way then. All right, so I'm holding with my finger the row I left off on, so this doesn't all get, so I know what I've done, basically. Ooh, this has stayed in place even with moving the fabric around, so that's good to hear, good to see. Because with my ironing board, that just goes kind of everywhere, my other ironing board. I've still covered up this with a towel just because it doesn't have a cover on and I wasn't sure how this mat would work, so just some extra protection there. All right, we are dangling underneath. So, okay, this is the side we've done now because I've turned it upside down and I'm going this way. Okay, I think I got it. So we are about in the middle now. Oh man, another one I can't open. Gotta get 2 fingers in there. We have some yummy restaurants. All right, looking good. Next up. I think I'm getting a little faster at this. Working my way around what actually needs pressed and what's done already. It's mostly just these verticals and then where the rows are together. So if I just focus on those, we should be good. In any area that I'm like accidentally pressing shut. Ooh, hot. Yeah, there were tons and tons of, well, I don't know, tons and tons, but there were flour mills all along the Mississippi here, and or in like northeast Minneapolis here, and they still have all the factories are still there, and they've turned it into museums and apartments and stuff. Oh, I think I can do one more row down here, and it's just so fun. Like we've done the tour before of the flour mills, and it's crazy because they would just blow up from the flour. Like the flour was so combustible or something that if it just got stuck in one place, like in the air or something, it could just explode or something crazy town like that. So I think there was explosions and in those flour mills. Mill City Flour Mill Museum or something. That was fun though, fun to go see there. Yep, just cruising down these sides. We're going faster today. I'm feeling it more today. Feels a little less daunting. Maybe that's because we're about halfway through. That could be. A spark and all the dust. Yes, exactly. Just one little spark and all that dust. And that could just be, you know, a little piece of metal on metal, you know. One spark and the whole thing is like exploding. Which, can you even believe that? That's just, sounds insane. Insane. It's hard to open some of these seams. Come on, little guy. Oh, I'm just going to scooch up and I think I just need to get a little higher on that seam. So much bulk. There we go. Get situated a little bit better. Oh, I don't think I did this seam over here, so I'm too far over. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, it's Easter this weekend, isn't it, on Sunday? We used to do a whole, we used to find the Easter eggs all around the house, and then, Christmas would come along, and then all of a sudden would someone find another Easter egg. That was always kind of fun. And then Mom had, she got those, those giant eggs that they put pantyhose in. We had a bunch of those, and those were hidden outside all over. So we'd have ones to hunt inside, and then those big ones to hunt outside, and that was always a lot of fun. Then we each had our own Easter basket that we had to find somewhere too. And I think I remember Mom saying that she hid them, like Mom and Dad hid them with each kid in mind. Like, I think, like one of my brothers his would be hidden in really hard places, and the other brother wouldn't, because he'd just get mad because he was little and wanted it, now. So his were in like the easy spots or something. Man, that sticks in my head, but I'm not sure if that's actually true. I'm gonna have to ask about that. But for some reason, I feel like that's come up. I do kind of feel like maybe that's helped when I look for things now. Because I remember once my brother's was hooked on the shower, like the head of the shower, so like on top of the arm that comes out of the head of the shower, and we were all little, so we were not looking up. You know what I mean? So it was there like in full view, and we just never caught it because it was just up high. And so now my husband's really tall, so when he's like, where's my sunglasses or something, like the first place I look is in like all the tall spots. I've learned to remember that there are different planes than just where my own eyeballs are at, what my own eyeballs can see. So maybe that started with the Easter basket searching. could be. I'm squishing this guy here. I started on the wrong side. You would take flour or powdered sugar and make bunny tracks. Oh, that's so sweet. That's really cute. I love that idea. That's cute. I think I would have loved that. Any of that magic, mystical stuff, like proof of it. I think all that would have fed into my world. All right, we can scooch up to the next spot already. That didn't feel like it took that long. Just have to move all the rest of it too. The sides and the top and bottom. It's annoying to me when you're pressing, like right now all the stuff that I've pressed already that's over there is all like bunched up. But I think it is sort of a thing though. We're just trying to get the muscle memory or the memory of being open, like pressed open seams. Like we want the seams to just feel that they're open now. So stay open later, even if you're all bunched up. We're gonna plant jelly beans. Oh, and grow lollipops. That's cute too. So sweet. Let's plant jelly beans. That's pretty cute. So many fun things. We were discussing today that Easter might be the best holiday because it's got the best candy, I think at least, and that was the debate. But I think it's the best candy. And it's fun searching for all the stuff. Oh, glitter and carrots for Rudolph. Oh, that's cute too. Cute thing for Christmas. But you got jelly beans, you got Peeps, you got like the malted egg, like bird egg guys. But I'm all about the jelly beans. Jelly beans and the Brock's jelly beans. The jelly bird eggs or whatever they call them. The Brock's candy ones. And there's a difference between Brock's jelly beans at Easter compared to the Brock's jelly beans that they have year-round, I feel like. Like it's a different mix. There's something they're not as fresh or something. I don't know if there's a difference. So when they come out this time of year, they are extra yummy. You got the peanut butter, Reese's peanut butter cups that are in the shape of the eggs. Those are tasty. I don't really eat much of that stuff though now. But it's still good. I was never into the Cadbury egg. I don't know. When there's liquid inside the things like that, it freaks me out. So never got into the Cadbury eggs. Maybe just because we didn't really have those a lot when we were little. But yes, it is. Now they have Kinder eggs and stuff too. That was like when we were in Germany, they had those. I haven't had a lot of that stuff for a while, Patricia, but yes, oh dang, the jelly beans. It's not even, well, it is the sweetness, but I just like the texture of things. So like, the Brock's jelly beans are good because they have that thick crust of candy on there, right? And then that like ball of goo on the inside. So I always like you bite that crust off, like you put the Brock's jelly bean in your mouth, and then you bite that crust off until you just have like the like gummy part. And oh man, I don't know. I like the layers of texture. That's usually what I connect to a lot of times with food. And you know, you can't, that's not the same with Jelly Bellies or any other, with any other jelly bean. It's just, in particular, those Brock's jelly beans, that crust on it is just something special. It's good stuff. Man, if I had a bag of those in front of me, I'd probably eat the whole bag, and then I would just be so sick. But, oh, dang, it would taste good. Yum. Just hearing me describe candy, you know that I like it. Yeah. Your daughter thought she was being nice and bought an expensive jelly beans, and you prefer the cheap rocks too? Yes, it's, you know, don't mess with the person's candy preference, that's for sure, right? Now, I will eat the Jelly Bellies. They are just not quite the same as the Brock's, though. Oh, I think what's going on here? Oh no, weird. I thought it was a little bunchy at the bottom here, and I thought my towel was coming, like creeping up, but I think that just the fabric was underneath there. You know, I like the black ones too, and not everyone likes the black ones. You know, I don't think I like crave the black ones, but there's nothing wrong with them, and I like them still. For sure. I think my least, you know, I'm not a fan of the lemon or lime ones as much, and the orange is kind of just like a little in front of those ones. I like the pinks and the reds. Those ones are the ones I eat first, but then all those other ones grow on me too, the other colors. Oh, the orange and black ones, that's what Halloween tastes like. That's funny. So Halloween's got its candy, but it is not as good as Easter candy, I don't think. Oh, sounds good, Alicia. Nice seeing you. My husband is more of a peanut M&M fan than the jelly bean stuff. In Canada, chocolate eggs we loved were Laura Secord eggs. Oh man, never heard of those. Oh, funny. Have you seen those? I've just seen YouTube videos of them, but it's like one of those box club things called Snack Box, where I think it's called Snack Box, and it's different little candies and like chips and all that stuff from different countries. That would be kind of fun. That'd be a fun like if you had like for a party for kids or something, just like random, or maybe they would not like it. I don't know. It'd be fun doing like some of those that Snack Box thing. Used to like malt ball eggs. Oh, you know what? I never liked malt balls really, but then my mom got these malt balls in Wisconsin, and the malt was actually from this malt manufacturer, and it's the malt that they send to all like the beer places all over Wisconsin and all over the world and stuff. So they're malt manufacturers, and then every Christmas they would make malt balls, and so I think it's like this local chocolatier too, so this like fresh malt or whatever from the malt manufacturer with this chocolate on it, and oh dang, those were good. So I never really got into like Whoppers or anything, you know, those malted whatever, those malt balls. I never really liked them, but man, when I had these malt balls from the malt maker, those are good stuffs. So now that's a texture thing too. I like sucking the chocolate off and then you let the malt just kind of melt. That's how I like eating malt balls. I don't just chew them up right away. I got systems for eating these things. Laura Secret is, oh, I have a vanilla center, so rich in flavor. Oh, and they're sold singular too. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if they're like Cadbury eggs a little bit. That's kind of what they sound like. I don't know. The Cadbury eggs freak me out a little bit. The goo on the inside, I don't know. Although I do like chocolate with like cherry goo on the inside. So I don't know, maybe it's not the goo. You know what it is? I think it's that it mimics an egg. Which, duh, it mimics an egg, but you know, the cream on the inside is that white and it has that yellow. And I think it's the thinking about it like a real egg, like a raw egg. I think that's just what kind of ekes me out a little bit with the Cadbury eggs. Oh, you've been hoarding a big bag of peanut M&Ms. Yeah, they don't last long here. We try and hide candy when we do get it, which we try not to. Because we just eat it. But yeah, we try and hide it. That's where we'll hide it, in little high places or in the back of drawers until we remember one day that, oh yeah, there's chocolate. Otherwise we'll eat it all at once. We can't have anything bad in the house. Like we can't have chips in the house. We can't have any of that in the house because that, or like, you know, even like cereal, because that's all we'll eat. We won't eat anything healthy. It'll just be like, oh my God, there's chips in the house. I have to eat them. Oh, they have their own stores in the malls. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's funny. There's so many different flavors of stuff now. Actually, I have my husband's cousin's husband has a Instagram account. You guys should check it out. He reviews all the like weird candy flavors that are out there. So like, you know, when like if the like Oreos releases like a Fruit Loops flavor, for example, he'll like search out these wacky flavors that these companies make and then he'll review them. His Instagram's the Snack Seller. So like I think it's probably like at Snack Seller would be my guess, but it's awesome. If you guys want to see some weird like candy and cookies and stuff that are out there and want to hear what they taste like in a fun, well-written, comical way, you should check it out. Snack Cellar, or the Snack Cellar. Cellar as in like, you know, basement cellar. Junior Mints, I liked Junior Mints. I always kind of I liked the mint stuff. Not everyone likes that mint stuff. But man, yeah, the movies. I think once I was going to a movie with you know, a friend. This is probably, I don't know, junior high maybe. Yeah, I don't know, had to be junior high. We wouldn't have gone to movies in elementary school like that, I don't think. But I remember that I went all out. I ordered, I got a box of Dots, those little gumdrops, and I got some, not Mike and Ike's. Is that what they are? The Mike and Ike's, but not just the red ones. They were red and black ones. They were all different colors. Not Mike and Ike's, but basically the same thing. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? They're just kind of like those cylinders, I suppose, of weird gummy with a crust on the outside. I don't know. Anyway, so I remember I got the dots and I got these, whatever these colorful Mike and Ikes were. And that was going way out because we don't ever get candy at the movie theater or anything like that. Oh yeah, Good and Plenty. Good and Plenty, that's what it is. Thanks, guys. I knew you'd know. So Good and Plenty and the dots, and I thought it was so awesome. I had 2 things of candy at the movie theater with my friend, and the next morning, my throat was so, like, not completely closed up, but just felt swollen and, oh man. So I did not feel good the next day. So I don't think I've ever had dots or Good and Plenty's or Mike and Ike, since those are basically the same thing. I haven't had any of those since because now I'm freaked out to eat them. But must have just had too much. Couldn't deal with it, I guess. But yeah, I just remember that being a turning point. Couldn't have dots or the Good and Plenty's. Or just too scared to. I'm assuming it was because I hate all that, but I don't know. Who knows? Because in theory, they're right up my alley, both of those. I like gummy, colorful gummy things. I always like those Haribo bears or whatever those were. Yep, though, did not feel well after that combo. Never again. Just sad. Ooh, we are almost to the bottom again. All right, let's see. I just did this row. Scooch it up a hair more. There we go. So like nowadays, I don't react well to sugar, and I'm wondering, you know, like just full on like processed sugar like that. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe I never should have been eating that. Because like now if I have stuff, I just, you know, like if the bag of jelly beans is in front of me, I will still eat it, but I will be like paying for it and just not feeling well at all. Like total pain. Now, I'm sure this is like TMI, but you know, now that I look back, I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of had a weird reaction with the dots and the Good and Plenty's too, so maybe I should have just never had candy. But it's so sad, it's everywhere, and I want it bad all the time, which probably means that, you know, even more so you shouldn't have it if there's like, if your body is just like craving it like that. Like something's triggering in it for sure. I don't know. Makes me sad though, because I love my Brock's jelly beans. I love all of it. Ooh, Peeps. I'm very much about the Peeps at Easter too. But with Peeps, you have to let them sit open for a day, I feel like. They're better stale. They're better when that marshmallow is a little hard to bite in, because then you get that good bite, like a good peanut butter cookie, where you just bite and the, you know, your teeth have to kind of work at it to get through the stiffness of the goo, like a good peanut butter cookie. That's the right consistency. And with Peeps, it takes a day. It takes a day of sitting out before you get to that stage. There are rules. All right, we are to the bottom again. It's easier for me to start on this side. Oh, did I not press this? Oh yeah, I think it just popped close again. Oh, you would nuke them. Like I've not done that. I've never nuked a Peep. Yeah, now they have all different shapes and sizes, or just different colors of those. Pink and yellow. That's what Peeps should be. And the birds. the birds are better than the bunnies. I think I scooched over a little because I think I pressed this one already. All right, where are we at here? I think we're gonna, you know what, I think I might just shift over and then come back this way this time. You can soak gummy bears in white wine for 24 hours and they are so juicy. Oh, probably. That's funny. Haven't done that. Okay, so we have this much and then plus another amount about that much, and then we're done. So like 2 more going up the full way, I think we're at. So you know what? I think I might just stop for the night. It's already 9:20. I've been talking about candy for an hour. But yeah, so I think since we're kind of starting fresh here, we'll start here and we'll see how far we get tomorrow with these 2 rows. And then I still want to flip it over and then press the front really well. And then at that point, I'll consider the top done and we can start working on the back here. So, all right guys, I'm going to flip you around and we'll call it an evening. Here's the whole, this is everything that's done though right now. So we just have this little bit right here left. Well, this whole row, like 2 rows worth, I think, and then we'll be good to go. There we go. So thanks for letting me chit-chat about candy for an hour. Candy that will hurt my tummy if I eat it. But well, it's fun talking about. It's fun thinking about how good it would be. All right, thanks again, guys, for joining me tonight. I think now that we're into the pressing, I think maybe we'll get it done tomorrow, and then maybe Friday we'll have time. We'll do the front. So I'm hoping end of the week we'll get all this pressing completely done, the top completely done, and then Monday we can start fresh on the back of the quilt, and that's when we get to do our fun, like experimenting, using up all our scraps and making that fabric out of all the scraps. I'm hoping Monday will be the day that we can do that now. So awesome! I will get this up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies, and be sure to join the Penguin and Fish Crafters group if you're not already there. And yeah, check out that iron if you want to give that a go yet. I'm super excited. I may, like I said, my friend has that cordless iron and says she loves it, and she might be bringing it by tomorrow. So if that's the case, we'll get a test drive it in tomorrow night's live stream here. So I'm stoked for that. And that's it for tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow again at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. So have a great night, everyone. Goodbye.